Hello, everybody. I'm back. I had a wonderful time. It was 3 weeks in New Jersey with my grandchildren and my daughter and my son-in-law. We had a really good time. It was so nice to see the kids. And I made dinner a couple of times, and I taught my granddaughter how to make homemade noodles, egg noodles. So we made homemade egg noodle soup, which is usually one of our families. We usually traditionally do it at Thanksgiving, but my daughter was dying to it. And daughter complained the whole time we were making them how I never taught her how to make them. And I said, well, come join us. I'll teach you. You can learn alongside your daughter. She goes, no, you can teach Rory, my oldest granddaughter. She goes, she can make them for me. Ha! I thought, yeah, the truth coming out now. She doesn't really want to make them. She just wants somebody to know how to make them. So when she wants them, she can get her to make them. I thought it was hilarious. But we had fun. My granddaughter made the best banana bread I've ever had. It has a cream cheese topping that goes on top of it before you bake it, and the topping melts into the banana bread. It was really good. Never had it made that way, so I got the recipe. I'm gonna try it out. She had extra cream cheese left over, and I thought I would have been good if she'd layered it between. Did a layer of the banana bread mix, and then a layer of the cream cheese, then another layer of banana bread, and then topped it with it because it would have integrated there. And it would have used up the rest of it. But the loaf was huge. It rose humongous. And I feel good. I can move my hands now. My joints all broke free. I thought it was going to be, because of the cold, I thought it was going to make me stiffer. But no, my body likes the snow and it likes the cold. And I grew up in that kind of climate. So it was wonderful because I actually could walk upstairs alternating my legs like normal people do rather than one leg at a time, which I've been doing for the last 3.5 years or so. And all my joints freed up, no arthritis at all the whole time I was there. And my hands are just starting to stiffen up today. When I woke up, I was like, oh, the pain back in my hands. But back there, I was fine. And my daughter said, oh, it's probably the altitude. And I said, we're at 130 feet above sea level here where I live. She's only at 170 feet above sea level. So it's not altitude. I think it's just the cold and the fact that all the food tastes different back east. The meat, the dairy, everything tastes different because California uses a lot of chemicals in there because we are a producer state for produce and all that. It's also in our grains and our water tables and everything else. And it really does make a difference in the way food tastes. And my digestive system didn't act, my pancreatitis didn't act up the whole time I was gone. I had one day where it bothered me, and it's because I'd ate meat. I'd ate some pork. So my daughter made pulled pork, and they don't normally eat pork, which I thought was funny, but she made it for my husband. And I had a pulled pork sandwich that day, and it bothered me a bit. And I don't eat that much meat, and usually don't eat pork much at all. But the rest of the time I was there, I just ate what I normally ate, per se, ish. And yeah, felt good. Got all the poison from all the food from California out of my system. But yeah, we had a lot of fun. And when we got there, it was raining off and on. And then we got hit with a snowstorm right in the middle of our vacation. That snow never melted off. And then that big storm was coming in Saturday. We left Thursday. They were already shutting down the airlines. So all the stewardess and airline personnel had already been notified that the airlines were shutting down on Friday because Philly was going to get that storm a little earlier than New Jersey because it's coming across from Texas and across the U.S. Right on the Mason-Dixon line. And my daughter's just below the Mason-Dixon line because she lives in South Jersey, and she lives 11 miles from Philly. And so flying us into Philly was really fast. It was 20 minutes from Philadelphia airport to our front door, which was really great. So it wasn't heavy traffic or anything, but we had a lot of fun. She showed me all around that area, and she went house hunting with me. And I'm telling her, I can't afford Jersey because every place has homeowners association fees there. And once you add on homeowners association, she had me looking at trailers and stuff. I hate mobile homes personally because I lived in one with my husband for several years before we got married. And I'm a house dweller. I want a structure. And I don't want to live someplace that has storms and wind and all that in a mobile home because they just don't hold heat like a house does. And I told her, well, yeah, the property is affordable until you add the HOA lot fees on, and then you doubling, and then it's above our mortgage. And I said, why leave California if my expenses are going to be higher? And I told my daughter, this is what I want. And I described the houses I'm looking at and stuff like that. And she goes, well, that's a beautiful dream. Good luck with that. And I said, no, I have 6 houses right now. But if I had money today, I'd be looking at and putting money down on. Once I picked out the one that felt right and showed her what I was looking at, she decided, yeah, I probably do need to move to Maryland, not New Jersey. Thank you. I thought that was going to be a big fight. She wants me to live closer. I said, well, close we were when you were living in Vegas. We'll be basically 4 hours from her, which to me is commutable, and it's easier for my husband and I to get in the car and drive to her house than her to pack up her entire family luggage and everything and come to me. So anyway, she agreed. But yeah, that was the best way for us to go. And yeah, I can get exactly what I want. So we got that argument settled finally. My daughter can be very headstrong. She has been on not Ozempic, but a drug like that. And both her and her husband are half the people they were last time I saw them. And she's lost, I think, 80 pounds, and he's lost 130 pounds. I didn't realize he was that overweight because he's 6'4" and he carries it well. Boy, they look good though. And yeah, so we had a lot of fun though, and it was a really good trip. And we came back Thursday on the warmest day it was 48 degrees when we flew back that evening. And that was the warmest day we had while we were there. So, and then that big storm hit them yesterday. And they got about 1.5 feet of snow yesterday. And it's still snowing today. And they'd shut down all the courts and everything. My son-in-law is an attorney, and so they had canceled all the court hearings for Monday, which he liked because they rescheduled one of his court dates, and they're home for the whole weekend through Monday. So they battened down the hatches and have been sledding in the backyard and down their driveway. She's a really steep driveway, but the roads are closed. They've put a no movement, just like they have a lot of places because of the in the snow, and the amount of snow plowing and ice, snow removal they have to do. They've just basically told everybody to stay in place, no traveling, nothing. If you have to get something, do it early Saturday morning before the storms hit, and whatever. So it was really nice. Hey, Trinzone, I am so glad you're here. Great to see you. I was just telling everybody, wonderful trip I had. My son-in-law, of all people, bought me a new deck. It's called the Philly deck, and I haven't used it yet because I didn't read cards the whole time I was in Vegas, or in New Jersey. But it's all based on the founding fathers in Philadelphia, and it's really cool. So it's formatted like the Rider-Waite deck, but I haven't slept on the deck and got it ready to be used yet. So once I get it out and throw a little bit on it and get used to the deck and the pictures, and of course upgrade my history lessons on some of the founding fathers because I don't know them all, and icons of Philadelphia. I'll get that. She also gifted me her tarot cards, and I didn't know my daughter used tarot cards. And this deck I actually already have. I am a huge art fan, and it's a Gustav Klimt, and it's the Klimt deck, which he does some of the photos in, and the rest are just iconically based on his work. And then she gave me her Universal Wider Right deck. So, and I'll probably gift those both out because I have copies of these decks and what our family does. I didn't even realize my daughter had got into reading tarot. She said, oh yeah, she did when she was in college. She always gives me a bad time about reading tarot and stuff, but you know, the kids are. My daughter's very, very psychic as well. She just doesn't advertise it. And of course, my granddaughters are both very psychic. My middle granddaughter has my gifts. She's clairvoyant, clairaudient. She sees spirit. She first told me when she was 3, my daughter was pregnant. I said, I know. And she goes, she's having a baby brother from me. She did. And she was 3. And they didn't even know they were pregnant yet. So I always think it's funny that she was telling me her big secret. And I told my daughter, watch out, this one's very, very talented. And she still is. And she is, I was thinking something and she answered me. So she's also telepathic with me. I'm only telepathic with a handful of people, but it's funny. I was thinking something I was going to ask her and she answered me. And I said, I didn't ask you anything. And she says, I heard you. And I said, okay, that was what I was going to ask you. And she goes, well, I'm psychic, you know. And just sort of a matter of fact, it was funny. She's 9 now. Smarty pants. 9 going on 30. But yeah, we had a lot of fun. And it was so nice to see that. Oh, and when I got there, my grandson, my youngest grandson, Odie, his name is Odin, but we call him Odie. And he's looking through the window and he sees me and he's going, Grandma's here, Grandma's here. And he's seeing me like, he's thinking that's like a computer screen because I always talk to him on the phone all the time. And he runs to the door and he opens the door and he looks up at me and he goes, oh, I was a big, real person and I was big. And I guess he hadn't done the math in his head that I was an adult. Then he got really shy for a couple of days. But he is cute as a button. Cute as a button. And of course, Jamie, my grandson Jamie, he's autistic. He's high functioning. He has high functioning autism. He's really into gaming, and he's just a little jabberjaws around us. We don't notice the autism because he knows us really well, and so we're family. We don't see that side of him much, but we just had a ball. It was so nice to see all of my grandchildren. I look forward to being able to relocate. And yes, my husband is now on board to relocate to the East Coast because he came home the next day, the day after we got home. His back didn't hurt the whole time we were there. It was great. He came home, was here overnight, and he could hardly move when he got up the next morning. And he's having the same problem I am. His bones were free. So I think the move is going to be physically really good for us aging out. And my husband's 69 this year, so now he's back to walking like an old man. Yes, I tell him. He looked like an old man. But we had a really great time, and we needed to get out of California for a while and see family. So it's been a long time. And then my sister watched my kitten, and I went over Friday night to pick up my cat. And she goes, oh, come with me. I need to take you somewhere. And I'm thinking, oh, she wants to go to coffee or something. Okay. I get in the car and we end up at the casino. And I said, I don't have any money. I've been traveling. And I pay bills. And all I got is grocery money because I haven't been grocery shopping this month. Because I didn't go grocery shopping before we left. I just picked up a few things to take with us. And she goes, oh, that's okay. And she hands me $40 to gamble on. But I lose that. I mean, I'm not a gambler. And my sister loves to gamble. My sister grew up with the lucky my grandmother was like that, walk in and pull the lever and the money starts spitting out. My sister got that lucky. The first two slot machines, she sat down and she won almost $600. And I'm like, and she's showing it to me later. I said, I thought it wasn't paying for you. She goes, well, it paid and then it stopped. So I needed some new machines. I'm like, okay. I think she came home with like, she started out spending $150. She gave me 80, and I decided I wasn't, everybody around me wins. When I sit down, people are around me, they win, and I don't. And I said, I'm going to move away from you because I'll have better luck if I'm not sitting right next to you. You'll win, but I won't. And I sat down at, of all things, a Three Little Pig machine that was out of her line of sight a couple of carousels over. I put a 20 in it. I pressed the button and I won $148 right off the bat. I spun twice and I cashed out and left with $130 of my sister's money. So I came back and she's like, keep your winnings. I'm like, okay, not a problem. I could use the extra money. So it was really nice of her. And her birthday is tomorrow. So she was wanting to go gambling because the last time she got to go gambling, her son got in a car accident Christmas Day. And his car was totaled. He's bought a brand new car now. And he came and picked us up at the airport to show off his new car. So anyways, we had a good time. My cat was so happy to see me, and I brought her home, and Monty was here. My black cat was here still. And oh, she jumped out of my hands when she saw him. And so funny watching cats interact. They're twisting their tails around each other and doing kitty kisses and purring away. And they've been inseparable since. And the day I got home, he followed me everywhere. He was just, I picked up my husband's luggage and drug it from the living room into the bedroom so he could unpack. And he was sure I was leaving again. He followed me down the hall, hissing and crying and all that. And I parked it in the bedroom, and he's like, oh, you're staying. Okay. And backed off a little bit. It was funny, though. But he stayed out in the garage. He'd come in out of the garage. And he was out there sitting there with the dog, next to the dog, when we got home. So he was so happy we were home. And our neighbor took care of our dog while we were gone. And that was really nice of him. My husband went over and thanked him and bought him a case of beer. And they chatted for a couple hours. So we had a good time, though. I am going to do a reading. I'm out of sync. I haven't been reading at all. I jumped on Brenda's channel right at the end of the program when I realized what time it was. I'm still a little bit time warped. I went to bed at 6 o'clock last night, my time, which would have been about 9 o'clock, which is what time I was going to bed when I was in Jersey. And I was waking up at 5:30 in Jersey, which would have been 2:30 here. Wake. So I'd get up and make coffee in the morning, which my son-in-law really appreciated. And just kept basically my schedule. Was about an hour off on my 3:33 wake up, but when I woke up, I slept good the whole time I was there, though. So it was really restful vacation, and really had a good time. Oh, parts of New Jersey, there's historic parts that have. There's a town, I can't remember the town, has all the log cabins built during the Civil War and all that are original. And there's like 25 or 30 of them all clustered together in the town. And they're all historic. And so they've been maintained historically. They're all on the historically registered. It is the neatest little town. I grew up on Forest Service, but West Coast Forest Service, which has some log cabins, but most of them are green Forest Service type structures from the late 1800s, because that's when the Forest Service established on the West Coast. So it was sort of like being at home. And she lives right in the sugar pine belt of New Jersey. So it was just beautiful, beautiful piece of property. I loved it. It felt like where we lived in Portland, Oregon. It has that the trees and all that, and it's just beautiful. And I didn't watch much politics because my daughter and son-in-law are Republicans, and so we don't talk politics. It's just the rule. We don't get into it. And that way there's no classes. And I think they've both widened for their political views, that they're not Trumpsters anymore. And he did get some offers from Washington for positions, and he has turned them down. I'm really glad because I had dreamt about him getting job offers in DC. And he said it's just not a good time for him. He's learning so much at where he's at. He wants to stay where he's at. Right? I agree with him. I think it's politically a good move because eventually he does want to go into politics and into the Senate down the road. I think after we have some regime changes and things settled down, I've always seen him in politics at some point in time or another. But I think he'll do really well, and he's very much a centrist in his political views. He's never been a hardcore MAGA. So I don't think it'll be such a bad thing when it comes out. Okay. Gonna do a reading for the collective. Now realize my politics are behind, so really don't know much of what's going on. I saw a clip of Trump overseas and making a fool of himself, throwing a book of his accomplishments on the stage, and I tuned out about that time. I thought, what a ridiculous thing. He's bragging about his accomplishments. Thumbing through, see, there's print on these pages. And then he just throws it on the stage, and I'm like, what the heck? Never actually mentions anything great he's done. Look that he's done anything great. 2 or 3 clips I saw on the news, because they do watch a morning program, the block though. They had mentioned, did a couple clips on it, and I'm just like, oh, I don't even want to know. Don't really want to hear it. I'm on vacation. Don't need that garbage in my head. I took the time off and stayed off the internet for the most part. Read a couple books while I was there. But, had a good time. Okay, for the collective, we are. Well, underlying card is the victory card. So we're going to be victorious over something. Let's see. Talking about some changes coming up, and we get the Wheel of Fortune. So things are going to start shifting. I still think intuitively, I think it's going to get a little worse before it starts getting better, but we are going to see a lot of shifts coming towards it. Things are going to be moving quickly for us, for the collective. And of course, we get the Ace of Cups. Everything's going to be heart-centered. So this is the energy us woke people are putting out there in the universe for change and things moving to a more positive light. So, what I have picked up on is the MAGA Senate and GOPs are starting to falter away from supporting Trump so much. I did pick up that on some of the news feeds. I don't know how accurate that is. You guys have to inform me of that because I haven't been following the news. But I'll catch up on some of the more latest news in the next few days. Center of the reading, we get the Fool of Cards. So we are starting the journey at this point in time as a collective with all the changes in the prices of groceries, things like that. We're getting some stabilization starting to come our way. I think I know that the Supreme Court, and I don't know if it's gone through yet or not. I see them going against Trump on all the tariffs. I don't know if that's played out because I usually follow Supreme Court hearings, but like I said, I've been totally untuned, so I don't know what has and hasn't passed. I'll have to research that. That is crossed by the Hierophant. This is that Stairway to Heaven card. The higher powers, the higher strength above is opened up for us as a collective. So we are going to see some change. We're going to see a lot more spiritual support coming down and helping do some corrections for us in this next few coming months. Above this, we have the Eight of Swords. This is us reflecting back on what we've been going through and the changes we've have been experiencing financially and otherwise. And now we're starting to unleash some of those ties, some of that burden. We're seeing some changes in price differences. Of course, I've been back east and I've been shopping several times with my daughter. I went with a chest cold that I thought was going to drop into pneumonia, and I had antibiotics that I had filled before I left town. I took them as soon as the day before I started flying. I got the chest cold, and I get pneumonia really easily. And that kicked it in the butt. And when I got there, I did Benadryl and Robitussin, cleared all my chest up, and didn't actually get sick. So got really lucky. But I had bought medication when I got there, and it was half the price that I pay here in California for just Benadryl and Robitussin. No kidding. I paid $20 per bottle of Benadryl for 150 tablets. I paid for a bottle of 600 Benadryl, which I bought a big bottle because I was bringing them home with me, and I stuck them in my husband's suitcase. Same thing with the Robitussin. I paid $8 for Robitussin there. I paid $16 for the same bottle, Target brand, not even the name brand. I always buy the generic, for half the price. So I bought about all that to bring home because I was out here. I think I spent like $45 the whole time I was there. Cheapest vacation I've ever been on. And okay, coming into the reading, we have the Magician. So I think this is us as a collective. We're starting to put that everything out of fruition, the changes we're wanting to see, things like that. And things are starting to move in a more positive light as we get together as a collective and put our prayers out there and our hopes, our dreams out there in the universe. As a collective, we can make a lot of change. If we're standing up for our rights, standing up for the rights of others is something that is also helping a lot. Underneath, we have the Hangman. This is the collective taking the 360-degree view from above of what changes are coming. So we're keeping an eye on prices, on gas, on everything that matters, staying within the budget, cutting back where we need to cut back to keep ourselves afloat and not going under. But I think we're going to see some changes starting to occur in the financial market. I do see Trump leaving in the next couple of months. I don't think he's going to make it to midterms. I'm fucking positive he's not going to make it to midterms. And there will be some ruckus over the midterms, but it won't be like Trump's involved anymore. So there will be some gerrymandering and things like that still, because of some of the seats changing their voter rights around and making it a little bit more difficult. But overall, it's going to be a good election. I think we are going to have a blue wave because people are just fed up, including Republicans, that would have normally voted a straight ticket. I think you're going to see a shift. You look at the polls now, you're going to see that kind of shift in the next election. We're moving out with the Five of Swords, which is a depression card. Swords, of course, feeling like we're trapped. Conflict still. Yeah, it's going to still be a struggle. Like I said, we're going to go down a little bit more before we start going on the uprise. So just be very diligent as you're out there, paying your bills, spending money, things like that. But things are going to settle finally. Anybody out there looking for jobs, I don't know about nationwide, but here in California, I know that the U.S. Postal Service, if you want to go to work for the U.S. Postal Service, has openings across the line in U.S. postal jobs, or even advertising on the doors of the post office. When I went to pick up all my held mail, they have signs, go to USPS.gov and look for job openings. So if you're looking for a job and you want it, and Postal Service pays very well, so that may be a place you want to look for employment. Benefit packages are good. The retirement plans are good. And I think it takes 7 years to vest in the retirement plan. So, and if you're depending on the state and or government employee, you can roll over your retirement into the federal system. In our state, you can. In California, if I was a county employee, I could roll into a federal job and roll my retirement over, and my highest raise would be based on my highest three for my retirement, based on where my highest pay was. Federal jobs pay well, so if you're interested and don't want to be on ICE, there's openings on ICE too, but who wants to go there? But just saying, if you're looking for employment, that is an area that is hiring right now. At least it is in California, and then it's probably nationwide. Okay. Going into this, where we're feeling right now is the Nine of Cups. So we do feel some prosperity coming our way. That's abundance. We have abundance in our life. It may not be as much as we used to have, but we still have abundance there and available to us with that Nine of Cups. Then we get the Ten of Cups. This is where people are right now. This is our connection with family and loved ones and our community. And I think that, Ten of Cups the Ten of Cups is saying it all. We are moving into that higher energy. We're feeling more unison as a nation now. The further and further into this political arena that we're in, the less and less mega there are, and the more and more unification we are as a people. Saying, we don't want to live in this kind of nation. We don't want to live in this chaos. This is not what the United States is about. We're going to take back our country. So, and I see that happening very soon. The message from the angels and the divine is the Ten of Pentacles, which is also reinforcing that our financial stability is going to become better in this coming year. And it's going to give us financial strength and the ability to get control of everything again. So this is the shift of our government shifting back into more blue. This is Trump either being taken out of office. He's going one way or another. I think they will Amendment 25 him. He's really not looking good. What I've seen of him, he is really not looking good. And I guess he canceled. I heard this morning he canceled his trip to the Super Bowl, and then the Super Bowl is happy. San Francisco doesn't really want him there, and I know California doesn't want him here. And the outcome of this reading is the Nine of Swords. So we are going to be a little upset, a little bit of sleepless nights out there as we see the shifts occurring, but they will occur. And things are going to get better. Yes, they're going to get a little worse, and then we're going to start rebounding from it. I don't know what gas prices are. We had gas in the car before we left, so I have no idea what gas prices here are. I know they were about the same in New Jersey as they were here last time we filled up, which was a surprise to me. And of course, in New Jersey, they fill the gas. They have gas attendants that fill up the tank. My daughter hates that because she likes to pump her own gas, and they never top the tank off, so it might get to full if she's lucky. Instead of over the full line, like most of us top our gas tanks off. So anyway, so glad. Let me go back into the live feed and see if we have anybody else. Hey, Snow Wolf, I'm glad you made it. I will give you a call this afternoon to see how you're doing. Okay. First off to read is Marty. I am taking questions for $5 donations like I've done in the past. You can either put them through my PayPal account or my Zelle account. I appreciate any donations that come in. Linked at the top of the page is the links to the two accounts. Whichever, if you do go through Zelle this Sunday, so it delays a little bit, but just let me know you put your donation to Zelle. And it usually shows up in an hour or so, but it'll be Monday when it deposits. But I can see them. I just don't get a notification from Zelle. But I can double check they hit. And it goes to the email address right after the Zelle account. And that will link it to myself. So from Marty. You can see my energy levels are nice and high, which is good. It's good to be home. I'm not looking forward to my body stiffening back up. I'm hoping that my ankles stay free. My ankles get really stiff and I can't bend my knees well. You get extra card. Yeah. Underlying card of this reading is the Wheel of Fortune, Marby. So that's telling us you are on your life path right now. Followed by the Nine of Cups. I see eggs on what are the eggs? What are the eggs? Nine of Cups. That's that abundance. You got the golden egg here. So you have abundance coming your way. Money's tight, but you're going to make it. Your head's going to stay above water. And as you move through, you're moving in partnership with others. This would be other family members or people at work, keeping financial stability in your life. And Spirit wants you to know you need to live in the present. So be present at all times during this week. That's probably going to be tonight's theme is being present in our life. Coming into the reading, you get the Spirit of Swords, which is that Spirit of Swords is the Page of Swords. He's telling you to stay diligent, stay within your beliefs, and stand up for what you believe in. It will always suit you best. In the center of the reading, we'll get the Lover's card. This is a lover in the feminine. This deck has the Madam Masculine Lover's card. This is you in partnership with another woman in your life, a co-worker, or something that you're working in partnership with that you're going to be moving forward with during this period of time. And it's followed by, I got two cards on the final reading. I got the Action of Wands, which is the Knight of Wands. You charging forward and going for whatever it is you're trying to achieve, along with the Action of Cups, which is the Knight of Cups, which is our slower moving knight, but is our steady knight. So you got two knights telling you to move forward steady and swiftly to achieve your goals. Whatever it is you're looking forward to doing and how you're going to achieve it, you are going to achieve that by taking action. Okay. See, I'm a little bit out of the swing of it, but energy's high. I love it. I was going to come on yesterday, but about 10:30ish or so, I just started getting tired. I think the jet lag caught up with me. And since I don't function on a normal time clock anymore, I didn't get too jet lagged either direction. But yesterday afternoon, I was exhausted. Like I said, I went to bed at 6 o'clock last night. I didn't even know what time I fell asleep. But I woke up at 9:45. I remember looking at the clock and thinking, oh, God, I really slept in. It's 9:45. And then I looked outside and it was dark. I went, no, it's 9:45 at night. And so I rolled over and went back to sleep. I didn't even get out of bed. And I must have needed it because then I woke up at 3:30 this morning, like I normally do. Got it, made a pot of coffee. Went out and smoked a cigarette, which I haven't quit completely, but I'm down to a quarter of a pack now. So I guess I can't complain too much. But I've drank 2 pots of coffee already today. That's probably why I'm energized. And I've been drinking about 2 cups of coffee a day because I'm sharing that pot with 4 of us drinking coffee. Okay. Next person is Silk. If I pronounce that right, I don't know. See what underlying part of the reading. The Emperor. You're taking charge and taking power of life right now. You're in control. Oh, I love it. The perspective. This is better than the 4 of, or the Hangman. This is going to the highest heights and looking completely around you from your highest perspective. And you're taking everything in perspective before you make decisions and before you take financial moves and stuff. Great job. And the 8 of Pentacles. Whatever it is that you're up to this period of time, you are working hard to achieve your goals. So, hard, diligent work. Spirit's telling you with the Spirit of Cups, which is the messenger card. Messenger of Cups is saying, go with the flow as it presents itself. So when you make decisions, follow your heart, go with that flow, because that is going to be the most productive for you. Come into this reading with that 8 of Wands. You're moving quickly. So whatever it is that you're trying to achieve, if it's a new job, if it's financial stability, whatever it is that you've got going on in your life right now, you are moving swiftly and taking action to get what it is you're wanting to achieve. The center of the reading, it's telling you, and it's my card, the Temperance card. Remember to take care of your health, be temperate, don't be in a big rush, allow things to happen as they're supposed to. Be patient as things start occurring, because it will occur in a natural formation. Be swift in taking action and then allow it to come to fruition. Okay? But also take good care of your health, get plenty of sleep, plenty of rest. If you're feeling sick, take care of that when you first start feeling, if you're not feeling well, take something to get it at bay so that you don't get really sick. So self-care is very important during this period of time. And then we get the Moon. There's hidden secrets out there that will be revealed to you. These are your secrets around you, but they'll reveal to you, and that'll help you move forward in your coming days. So these are great cards. I like it. But everything's on your side. You're taking charge of everything. You're looking at everything from your highest perspective. These are underlying cards. You're going to work hard getting there, but it's going to pay off in the end. Go with the flow as it presents itself, and you'll have achievement. So I love these cards. Great cards. Blessings to you. Yeah, next up. We have a singing butterfly. Mark out the ones I've already read so I don't get mixed up here, because I do that. Looks like we have a few people that have joined us too. Let me run over and catch anybody that's not on my list. Make sure I've got trees in here. Tree mark. Welcome to the room, PJJ. One on normal mind. We've got 5 ones. Welcome to the room. And if you did a donation, yes, you did. I got your donation. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. So I'm going to read Sydney Butterfly, and then I'll do the donation reading next. And if you guys are wondering what deck I'm using my favorite deck, which is my deck of oneness, which has, I think, 5 extra cards in it, that's spiritual based cards. I love this deck. Great energy. Well, great underlying card for you, Ascending Universal Butterfly. We've got the Ten of Pentacles, so you have financial stability or some additional income coming your way. So that's always beautiful. We have the Eight of Cups. This is the card that is telling you it's time to cut ties with people that aren't serving you. So if you have a relationship with somebody that's more of a burden and a problem, it's time to cut ties with that person so they're not bringing you down. Put that out there in fruition that you just don't want a relationship with these people. Imagine yourself cutting the thread from that person, and it'll allow you to separate that energy from their attachment towards you and keep you from pulling yourself down. It is something I actually practice. So, and I like that visionary way of seeing myself cut that umbilical cord, that attachment that somebody may have with me that I don't want in my energy anymore. Cut that tie because it's not helping me. You also got the Hierophant. The Hierophant is your connection with your highest spirit, your guides, your divine. Listen to them. They're talking to you on a regular basis. Look for those signs, and they're there to help you. As we come into the reading, we get the Three of Cups. This is you working in conjunction with other people moving forward into your next venture in this period of time. It's always great to collaborate. This could be with family members, your spouse, your loved ones, people close to you, or this could be in relationships with business. Collaboration is collaboration, and it brings you success. So, and abundance. Not necessarily. Well, you got this financial card here, this 10, the underlying card of that 10 of Pentacles. So you are going to have financial security. Something in your atmosphere right now you're worrying about. That's probably that thing you need to sever. That relationship you need to sever. You're worried about somebody or something that is bringing you down. It is time to recognize what it is that's bringing this negative crying energy into your life and let go of it. Cut away the ties from that. This is the center of your reading. Allow that to sever that tie of whatever it is that's bothering you so that you can move forward more freely and with clarity. There's no reason to allow something to bring you down that you don't need to hold on to. So once you recognize what it is you need to let go of and not carry that energy, time to sever that cord because it's not serving you it's not serving you any purpose but other than making you sad. So let go of that, and those tears will dry up and you'll be able to move forward in a very positive way. This is part of taking control of your higher self. So, you've got spirit on your side. You've got the spiral stairway going into heaven. This is you in connection with your higher self, your higher consciousness, and also in conjunction with your spirit guides, which are also here for you with that Hierophant card. So this is tied into your spirituality, your belief system. That's why you need to sever ties with people that aren't serving you. Because a person is not serving a positive purpose in your life, you sever that tie, and it's going to free you from carrying that negative energy with you. And the last thing any of us need is negative energy. So, blessings to you. I hope that's full. And next up is PJ. And let me go through and pull his question. Let's switch screens here really quick. There we go. Adino added you to the list too. His Sundays can go back to normal now. I tried to get Dean to come on with me today, but you know how that is. It's his Sunday. I told him earlier, he's not going to school. They're supposed to have really cold weather. Thank you for your question. Did you put it in here, PJ? Thank you. Yes, you can donate for questions. That. Just looking to find your question. Oh, there's somebody I know. Miss Candy, I added you to the list too. And I'm closing the list in about 5 minutes. Hi, Mary Lloyd. I'm adding you to the list. It's hopefully the room growth. I didn't scroll up enough. Oh, good question. It's Richard genuinely interesting. I'm feeling like that's a yes. Or it's a little timid. I'm going to think Celtic on this question. Because you're awesome. I need to do 5 card plus, but I'll do a full Celtic. It ends up being about the same amount of cards anyways. Because I end up reading all the underlying cards too. Well, the underlying part of the reading is the Emperor. So you've got a good control over what's going on in your life right now. You the king of your castle. You have the Ace of Pentacles, financial security coming your way. Love it. Wow, there's a little bit of a tower moment that has either passed. Yeah, I'm not heard yet. It's passed. So you're coming out of a tower moment where things were just sort of feeling down and not being so good, but looks like things are going to pick up. Spirit is telling you you have the life force energy. This is your connection with the divine, with your connection with God, your spirit guides, etc., and being grounded while you're moving forward. So make sure that you get your feet out there in the earth, take shoes off, put your feet down on the ground, meditate, allow yourself to be grounded as you move forward during this period of time. That will keep you calm, that keep things moving in a positive way. And you get the inspiration of cups. The inspiration of cups is the Queen of Cups. This is that nurturing queen, that nurturing relationship that you're looking for. This is how you conduct your life in a very nurturing way. You think of others before you think of yourself, but you're firm in what your belief system are, and you have abundance in your life. So things are moving in a very positive direction for you. You also get the inspiration of wands, which is the Queen of Wands. This is your ability to ascend and use your creativity, use your energy in a very positive way. This is taking action on things that you want in your life. And you've got those butterflies ascending in that rainbow color, that's those chakra colors ascending. So it's allowing you to connect with your highest spirit and your guides as you move forward in a positive light. It's you taking action in a very positive way in your life. I love it. We come into this reading, this sort of reflective a little bit on this tower that you've come out of. And my guide said, you came out of a tower moment. You recovered from whatever it was that brought you down, and you're ready to move up and ascend now. This is a little bit of residual, feeling like you've been left out in the cold with this Five of Pentacles. This is going to change now. It's going to move in much better light for you. So this is just a little bit of that residual energy that you're still holding on to a bit. It's time to let that go and know that things are coming much better. Right in the center of the reading, we get the Two of Wands. You have options, opportunity, and luck on your side. This is a lucky amulet in the Japanese belief system, and it's onyx. So onyx is a very grounding energy, so you're going to have opportunities that are going to make you more grounded. Follow your heart when opportunities arrive. It's crossed by the embodiment of swords, and in this deck, the embodiment of swords is that King of Swords. This is a king that stands up for his belief. This is your energy. You stand up for your belief. You know what you want. You take charge of your life. You're that warrior. You're going to fight for your belief system. You're going to fight for what it is that you want, and you're going to be able to achieve it. Because you have strength over your head. This gives you the empowerment to stand up for everything you believe in. And in strength, with nobody tapering your energy off whatsoever. So whatever it is you're wanting to achieve at this point in time, you have that strength to go for it and stand strong and achieve that. You also have your spirit guides behind you with the Hierophant. They're shining a light on your path and leading you to light. So they're there, edging you on. So yes, this relationship with Richard, I think, is genuine. They're helping guide that move forward. Don't rush too quickly. I get this feeling that he's a little bit timid. He will move forward and make himself more available to you as the time moves on. He's just a little bit shy. You know, maybe you want to ask him, hey, let's have coffee, or let's have dinner, you know, make the first step. Women do that now. Or men. I don't know if you're a man or a woman. It doesn't really matter to me. The energy's there. It's positive. So don't be afraid to be the person that makes the first approach to ask him out for coffee or to lunch, or, you know, or someplace to do something, you know, to open that door so he feels more comfortable. Because I have this feeling he's a little bit on the shy side type of guy. But he's very strong and good. He's just not fast at the gate, so to speak. As the energy moving forward, you have that Ace of Swords. That's you taking action. You're the warrior. You're standing there in your beliefs, in your strength, all strength-based cards, moving forward and taking that energy with you. So if you want to make that first move, go for it. Yeah, I even proposed to my husband. We've been married, what, 15 years now. 15 years. Like at the Spirit of Pentacles this is the energy that you're in. Spirit is that messenger. So it's letting you know your finances are going to settle down and things are going to be good. And I love it because the energy in what you're setting in is the Ten of Pentacles, financial abundance. So I don't know if you've changed job recently or if you're getting a raise or something, but financially you're going to feel very, very secure right now. It doesn't mean you run out and go on a shopping spree or anything. No, be frugal with your money. Right now, we're all being frugal with our money, but there is going to be plenty of money in your life that you're able to take care of your needs and meet those needs. This is not a relationship you're looking at to be rescued. Also, the Spirit guides want to let you know a message from Spirit is the Six of Pentacles. This is a charity card. This is being either accepting charity or giving out charitably. Charitably can be finances, it can be giving job leads out. Charity isn't always financially bound. It's just helping others around you the best you can. Just be giving somebody good advice or receiving advice from somebody. But be charitable in your life. That will pay off for you. Anytime you're charitable or receive charity, it pays off tenfold. But it's not an eye for an eye. Remember, charity, you don't give to somebody and expect to get that much back from that person. Charity doesn't work that way. Charity works it's a universal charity. You give it, you receive it, just the way it works. Also, the final outcome of the card is if you have a past or attachment from your past, it's time to sever that. So If your tower moment was a bad relationship that split, you need to sever that. Don't bring any of that energy into a new relationship. That was the past. The past stays in the past. Don't carry that burden, those burdens of other people, that people that bring you down, that negative energy. Sever that from yourself. Seems to be coming up with everybody today. This card is the one I'm seeing, I'm noticing the most today, of coming up repeatedly in people's readings. So it's time for us to take perspective on our life. Anything that's bringing us down, any burdens that we're carrying, it's time to sever that energy from our life and let go of that negative energy so that it doesn't continue to bring us down. And of course, if you're entering into a new relationship, your past is in the past. Do not compare your past relationships with new relationships. I always give that piece of advice because you are dating completely different. I don't care if they have an aspect that might remind you of another person. They are not that person. So let that go. Sever that tie. Don't try to attach it to somebody else. Because everybody is an individual on their own. Just because they may have a trait that reminds you of somebody else, he is not that person. He is his own person. So blessings to you. I hope that answered your questions, and it was great reading for you. The energy feels good around this. It feels like you're moving in a very stable position right now, and I think this relationship will. Don't be afraid to make the first move. It's not a poopa, no, or a papa, however you said. I think it's a good thing. Yes, he is interested. He may be a little bit not ready to make the first move, so you may want to. That's up to you, however comfortable you are. I'm trying to make sure I'm not reversing my deck. I don't need reversals anymore. I just want to have to flip all the cards. So, blessings to you, and thank you for coming in the room and come back. I love you. I'm rebuilding. I went on a couple years sabbatical. I had about a 2-year period where I was really, really, really sick. And I've come back. I've been back for about a year and a half or so. But I lost most of my viewers in that long sabbatical. And of course, YouTube dumped a lot of people. My room is slowly building back up over time. And it's pretty great. The plus side is my audience is low enough that I can do readings for everybody in the room without having to cut off the room. And we are closed right now. We're an hour in, so I'm going to close with an hour in. Let me go back into my chat. Let me clean it up so I'm not duplicating readings because I do that by mistake sometimes. Oops. Please don't hide anything from me. Go back here. Lights doing this to me. Yeah. Things will go well, PJ. Trust in yourself. You're moving in the right direction. Reading the list. There we go. It's weird. It was making everything I had. Everybody had marked readings. I suppose for some reason. Okay, let me read who's on the list. Tammy's next. Let me try to pop you up here. And then I have Pinzone. I have Snow Wolf. I already got Universal Butterfly. I have the reading for her. I have Miss Candy 2931, and I have Mary Lloyd. Mary Lloyd will be our last reading today. So, Tammy Bambi. Nice to see you, Tammy. I hope everything's well. You changed your screen name. Tammy Middleton S5X. AKA Tammy Bambi. I hope everything finds you well, Tammy, and your mom and dad are doing good still. Okay, let's see what we got here. I'm gonna get that so good. Cards are good. And the underlying card of the reading is your life force energy. That's your connection with God and your divine. And it's telling you to be connected with your higher spirits and your angels, as well as staying grounded. So it's time to get grounded if you're not grounded right now, Tammy. You've got this, and it says the Nine of Wands. So the Nine of Wands is an obstacle card, but please note in this card, those turtles are running out from the nest into the ocean to start their new life. And that seagull's just trying to catch them, but he's not going to achieve his catch. So really don't have any obstacles away. Run to that new sever any ties that aren't working for you. I know you have been working on this for a long time, and you've been doing very well on that. And of course, the good old Pisces card. Go with the flow as you move in with this Spirit of Pentacles. This is that messenger of Pentacles telling you to go with the flow. Things are going to be great. You come into the reading with that feminine energy of the Lovers. So this is your relationship and partnership, probably with your sister and your mother, your family, the women in your family. You've got that great energy going on. I know you're very, very close with your family, and you've become very close with your sisters now over a long period of time. And so stay with that great energy. It's there. Your family's there for you. They're in support of everything you're doing right now, and the energy is really beautiful for you. You've got the embellishment of cups. This is that King of Cups. This is that nurturing king, that stable king, that king that has abundance. So you do have abundance in your life, and you're doing everything's good. Your needs are being met. You're able to make ends meet. Things are just in a really good place. Your relationship with family and friends and all that are in a really good place. I feel like really positive energy around you, Tammy. And then you have that Spirit of Wands. When opportunity comes your way, the messenger is saying, take action, take that opportunity and take action towards it. It's only going to move you into your future with good results. So blessings to you, Tammy. Love the energy. We'll catch up sometime this week. I just got home. I'm still on Eastern time, but doing great, and we will catch up. We always do. Yeah. Feels like everything's going in really positive direction for you right now. So I think that's great. Okay, here. Yeah, let's quit checking. Okay, next up is Trend Zone. Mr. Midas Touch, how are you doing? And how are you surviving? Isn't the storm hitting Chicago too? I hope it is not sucked you in too badly. And I know you get the weather out there too. When it rains, it pours. When it snows, it blows. Hope all it finds you well. I think I owe you a reading from the last time I was on. You came in really late and sent me a donation, but I didn't give you a reading. I'm pretty sure I missed you last time because you came in late. Nice to see you in early. The Four of Pentacles. Be frugal right now. You know our comment about that stock market. I'm still not seeing that stable. So watch out what you're investing in, and just be very frugal right now. Don't overspend any money. I know you're very, very financially conscious person. Four of Cups, offers are coming your way soon. Don't know if there'll be opportunities of investments or if it'll be job related or just an offer of some opportunity coming your way. But you'll have to make a decision. Look at all opportunities very closely before you decide what you want to do, and follow your heart with what you know is going to be best for you, which I know you do. You get the Five of Swords, and this one has that goblet, that abundance cup right in the middle of a dried up lake bed. So you, regardless of maybe feeling some financial stress or a lack of abundance, you still got your cup. It's still full. So you do have abundance in your life. That's probably why it's coming right behind that being frugal card. Things are going to fall back into place in synchronicity. Of course, they always do for you. And then we get the perspective. So you're staying in your highest perspective as you make decisions, choices, and looking at opportunities as it comes. You know what to do when you're in that situation. You listen to your guides. You take every opportunity that comes towards you in full perspective before you make any decisions, and you're going to be right on track as usual, because guess what comes up right behind that? Yes, Pentacles, the Ten of Pentacles, that Midas touch card that you always, always get. You're doing it in conjunction with partnerships with other people, so whatever opportunities are coming towards you, it's going to be in conjunction with working with others to achieve your goals. So we come into the reading with the Action of Cups. That's that slow-moving Knight of Cups that is telling you your cup of abundance is there, but it's slow and stable as it goes forward. This card is not showing that Knight moving, so he's steady as he goes. So just be steady as you go. Of course, you create and manifest all your abundance in your life with the Seven of Cups. That delusion that every cup is full with all your hopes and dreams, and you just have to make the decision on which direction you're going to go next. Put it out there in the universe, and your wishes will come true. And always allow them time, because our wishes to fruition don't necessarily come as quickly as we'd like, but we would like them all to be instant, of course. Center of the reading is that Three of Wands. You're waiting for your ship to come in, and I'm hearing yes, it will come in. Right now you're juggling though. As you move forward in your reading, you are juggling. You have three pins flying up in the ear, but it's a Two of Pentacles card. So you are going to get balance and financial balance back under control. So you must have gotten hit through this holiday season and into the New Year's a little bit. So things may have been a little tighter, but things are going to loosen up and you're going to re-find your balance. And your final message from Spirit is my card, the Temperance card. Take care of your health, be patient, and things will come in a positive way toward you. That health aspect is very important. So if you're feeling ill or you're having any problems, get in, see the doctor, take care of yourself, get plenty of rest, and eat good. Keep your nutrition up, keep your health balanced, and you're going to be fine. So my guys are telling me you need to make a doctor's appointment. Get that checkup. And I think Brenda probably has told you the same thing. I'll check with her. So I can give her a call later this evening. catch up. We went back and forth since I got home in town, but need to touch base with her. So, anyways, love you, Trend Zone. Blessings to you, and thank you for coming in. I was hoping you were going to be here because I don't have you on my messenger, so I couldn't give you a notice. I sent out a notice to let people know I was back and coming on. So if you will, if you're on Messenger, if you will, put the message to me, I'll add you on my list. And you can contact me anytime you want. Okay, next up is Snow Wolf. It's making my list very good. I don't know why. There we go. I hope everything's doing good. Snow Wolf had an accident over the holiday season and has been healing. I hope healing well. I only talked to him once while I was on vacation. And I will give you a call after the show because we need to catch up and you need to know how I need to know how you're doing. He's a very good friend of mine. We've known each other for years. And as you can see, the trip did me well. I really needed to go see my family. And I don't know if you're in the room when I was telling everybody my sister kidnapped me when I went to pick up Curiosity, my kitten, and took me to the casino. And I told her, I just got home. You know, I got grocery money. That's about it. She goes, oh, it's on me. It's for my birthday. I just hate gambling by myself. My sister's one of those lucky charm people. She's like Trend Zone. She walks into the casino when the machine starts spitting money at her. I'm the other way. I put the money in and I always say I should just take it up to the cashier and hand them a 20 and leave. But we separated. I ended up winning $130. I pocketed 100. I think it was about 80. And played till my sister got done playing, and another 20 or I guess another 40 or 50 bucks. But I walked out ahead, and that didn't cost me a dime. My sister, I think, would live at a casino if she had the money to do it. She really does like gambling. My grandmother was like that. Anytime she went to Vegas, my grandmother won money. Came home with more money than she went with. My sister got hit with the same lucky streak. I, on the other hand, am that person that will work for every dime I get till I die. I don't inherit. I don't expect to. No expectations of anything like that. No riches in this person's life. It just will have abundance, just enough to make it. I've never wanted to be wealthy anyways. So I just want to be comfortable. I think I want the American dream. A comfortable home, enough money to meet all my obligations every month, and savings to fall back on if I ever need to. I don't need a lot, and I'm not a materialistic person, so. The underlying card of the reading is the Four of Swords. That is a good foundation for you. So you are going to refine your foundation and get stability back in your life. Fours are always stable cards, stability. You got the Hierophant, your guides and your higher power, your guides, your angels are looking after you, taking care of you, and showing your path to recovery. And I still feel like you're recovering. You get the inspiration of Wands. Wands, of course, is that fire energy. And yes, you're in Aries. So you walk in that fire energy with creativity, with knowledge, with strength. You're taking that knowledge and you're using it to your best options so that you will achieve. And of course, That is that inspirational wands, that queen of wands, that feminine fire energy that you're standing forward in. And you get the inspiration of cups, that message of abundance. So you will have abundance back in your life. We move into this ring. I love the first card out is that fire energy with the Ace of Wands. So that's you standing up to the plate, taking charge, taking action where you need to take action, and the ability to do that, achieve it. You will do it creatively and with knowledge as you're moving forward during this period of time. You also have the Ace of Swords. That's that warrior energy that you carry. You're a fighter. You're not going to take no for an answer. You're not going to settle for less than you feel entitled to. That is you taking charge and standing in your power and in your energy and not allowing anybody to take advantage of you because you know what is right. And you have the High Priestess. That is that feminine connection with the higher power. That's that. It's like the High Priest. The High Priestess is the feminine of your spirituality. That's your connection with your angels, your guides, and moving forward in a very, very positive way. So this is a beautiful reading for you. It's empowering you. It's telling you taking action. You're standing in your strength and your power as you're moving through this period of time. And you are being guided through this. So trust in how you're going through this, and everything is going to work out with you on top because you're creative, you're knowledgeable, and you have the strength to face anything that you need to face at this point in time. I love the energy of the card, Snow Wolf. I will call you after I'm off. And we will catch up. I hope you're feeling good. I hope you've been getting lots of rest. And everybody send a prayer out for healing, prayer for Snow Wolf, for his recovery and fast healing. All the energy is good energy. So keep him in your prayers at this point in time as he's working through this period. And next up, we have the disappearing list. Miss Candy. Welcome to the room. I think you are new to the room unless you've recently changed your name. I'm going to do a Celtic cross for you because I don't remember you having been in the room before, so I always do a Celtic for new viewers. Got good energy coming out. Really good energy. Well, you're in a period of time of awakening. This is you getting in contact with your spirituality, connection with the divine, and your guides. Always love seeing this card because we're all in awakening and transitioning, ascending mode. And this is that connection of your ascension into your spirituality and your connection with your spiritual self. It's also telling you, they're telling you to be frugal with your money at this point in time. It's okay to put a little money back. Either put it in invest it into your retirement plan or set it aside in case of a rainy day and something comes up and you need it. Don't go on any spending sprees right now. Be very frugal on how you're spending your money. Take care of everything that needs to be taken care of, and anything that's left over, tuck it away for another day. Of course, we all are doing that right now because of the way finances are going and the way the economy is setting. So it's just good opportunities. I haven't been grocery shopping, so I have no what's on sale tips right now. I have no idea. My husband said we'd go grocery shopping today. I said maybe tomorrow. I'm still recovering, so it's still a little off with the jet lag. Not that I really feel time that way, but it's still impacting me. 3 hour difference is 3 hour difference. You also get the high priestess as you move in. This is your connection to that awakening, your connection with your higher powers, your spirit guides. You're starting to hear them, acknowledge them on a regular basis now. They are getting you through the period of time which you're moving, and which is very positive, right? As we come into the reading, they're telling me you get the Seven of Swords. This is your rising above. This is really shown in the red or white deck is a man standing below a crowd of people with swords, and he is standing up for what he believes in is right. This is your empowerment card. This is where you stand above all others, and in a win towards people that are trying to bring you down. So it's a very positive strength card, telling you you have the strength to stand in your beliefs as you're moving forward in this period of time. The underlying, the center of the reading is that Ten of Pentacles. This is a connection of happy family. This is abundance in your life. So you have abundance. Abundance isn't necessarily financial. It can be just you have enough groceries, you have enough income, you have family to support it. This is happiness. The things that make you happy and keep life balanced, you have in your life right now. And it's making you happy with your family and the situation you're in. You're not feeling like you're drowning. So that's part of being frugal right now, is to keep your head above that water line, not below it. It is crossed by the Emperor. This is your empowerment. This is how you're conducting your family and your life. This is the positive energy of you being in control of what's going on around you and how things are coming and going within your life, not allowing others to bring you down. This is your empowerment over your current situation, both in family and business and in your finances. Above you, sometimes you feel like you have the Ten of Swords. The Ten of Swords can be a somewhat of an obstacle or coming out of an obstacle. Here you are, your ship's out at sea, heading towards the light. The docks are in disarray with, cakes floating around in the water and stuff like that, where like a storm had came in and toppled things over. But you've already gone out to sea. You're headed towards the light. So it's a very positive card in my deck, that it says you're moving forward into the light and moving in the right direction. You're not caught up in the storm or the aftermath of the storm. There are people in your life that you do need to sever ties with. So any of those people that are drawing your energy negatively or are dependent on you, that are not part of your immediate family, you don't need to take responsibility for. It's time to sever that tie. A little hard love there. Sever the tie if somebody's tapping you constantly for money or extra help. It is time to allow them to stand on their own 2 feet. Sever that umbilical cord, and that little bit of tough love is going to set them free from themselves and cut that umbilical cord that brings you down. So be aware of that in your life. By doing that and working hard, you get the Eight of Pentacles. It's the symbol of hard work brings you financial prosperity. So as you work through this period of time, put everything you can into what it is you're doing and what it is you're wanting to achieve. And it will bring that financial abundance and stability. It will maintain that in your life and keep you moving forward in a very positive light. You have great cards here. As we ascend right now, you're feeling that Ace of Cup card. This is where you're emotionally feeling. The Ace of Cup is it's a water card. It's an emotional card. It's your cup runneth over. It's an abundance. A lot of times there'll be a fish depicted in the Ace of Cups. That is abundance. Your cup runneth over in love, in energy, and in abundance in your life. So all your needs are being met. You're meeting all your obligations, and you have an abundance. That closely with family, that emotional support you need to move from day to day. It is followed by the atmosphere that you're living in. Is the Strength card. This is you empowering yourself to do and achieve whatever it is you want to achieve. So these are strong cards where you're standing right now in your emotional energy and in this period of time in your life. And I love it because the message from Spirit is telling you, connect with your higher self. Listen to not your conscious brain, but your higher consciousness, that subconsciousness. That's where you get information from your guides, from your higher consciousness. It directs you in the right direction. And by you being tucked in this, and I know you are because you've got this awakening and you've got this high priestess. This is you connecting with your higher divine self and your divine spirits around you. This is your faith. This is you connecting with that energy and moving in a very positive way. And I can tell you it's going to be very positive because you got the strongest card as the outcome card in your reading. It is the sun. The sun is shining on you. Nothing but good is going to come your way at this point in time. You're moving in the right path. You're in the right direction, and you're ascending to that light. So you've got that light energy all around you. It's very positive. So I love your cards. Your cards are really beautiful, and your head's in the right place. Your energy's in the right place. You feel like you have great energy. One suggestion is to sever a tie with somebody that's feeling connected to you. You've been helping that person too much and carrying somebody too much, either at work, at home, a relative, I don't know. But it's time for them to be on their own. Cut the umbilical cord and let them live in their own power. It's time to allow that person to empower themselves and not bring that negative energy down for you. That is the only negative card I had there was somebody attaching themselves to your energy and you over helping, which I have this feeling you're a caretaker personality like I am. You can't help but helping others. Sometimes you need to sever that tie and allow them to stand on their own feet. So somebody takes responsibility for their own actions completely. They don't learn lessons. So with that advice, that's what I would do in a situation where you're either helping somebody at work too much or a relative or a sibling or somebody bailing them out all the time. It's time to let go, and they will find a way to do it on their own. Other than that, you're moving in the great direction. You got the sun shining on you, the great energy, your guides around you, you're ascending. So I love these cards. Fantastic reading. Okay, next up. See if it's going to make my list just disappear again. Yep. Okay. Mary Lloyd, and she is our final reading of the day. Hello, Mary Lloyd. I haven't seen you in a while. I've been off for the last 3 weeks. Went to New Jersey to visit my daughter, my son-in-law, and my 4 grandchildren. We were there for 3 weeks at a ball. And I have missed my daughter. I haven't seen her in 4 years. We talk all the time, of course. But it's not face-to-face 4 years. And my youngest grandchild was 6 months old when they moved to back east to New Jersey. So I got to see him as a 4-year-old for the first time, 4.5 years old. So he'll be 5 in February on the 27th. His birthday's before mine. Also a fellow Pisces. And he has got hair down to his waist. It's red like grandma's was. Those of you that don't remember me with red hair, but yeah, I'm a ginger, Scottish and Irish. And I'm a ginger, and my oldest and youngest grandchildren are both gingers, and his hair is the most beautiful loopy curls. It is just gorgeous, just copper spun, and we're gingers. We're not fire. We don't have that bright, shocking red loopy ball hair. We are gingers in our family. Both my oldest granddaughter and my youngest grandson have red hair. And Roy, my granddaughter, has curly hair too, but she's got the Irish curl. It's a little tighter, and because it's all one length, it curls at the last 4 inches of it, and it's down the middle of her back. And my second granddaughter, Addie, is 9 going on 30. Very psychic. She has grandma's abilities. My oldest granddaughter is an empath. Feels everybody's emotions. She's learning to differentiate her emotions from other people's now, finally. So it's not as overwhelming as it used to be to her. The boys, I know Jamie sees ghosts because they went to a restaurant that was an old mansion, and he played with the little girl that parents ran it was a boarding house before it was a restaurant, and he played with her on the stairway when he went to the bathroom. And his mom said, "What took you so long?" And he says, "I was playing with the little girl on the stairs." And he goes, "There's a picture of her right there." And the waitress had to walk up and, "Oh, that's the little girl. A lot of kids see her." So yeah, he sees ghosts. Didn't scare him. He was playing with her on the stairwell. Got a little sidetracked. We had a really good time. And as you can see, I'm very refreshed. I'm glad to be back. And thank you all for understanding why I wasn't reading for the last 3 weeks, because we were busy the whole time we were there. We really had a good time though. And I fell in love with that part of the world. She lives in the Sugar Pines in New Jersey, like 11 miles from Philly. And but we're going to go to the Smithsonian, but it snowed that weekend. And we talked about going to Philly and seeing the sights in Philly, or taking the train down to DC and going to one of the Smithsonian. But then it rained. It snowed, and we got about 6 inches of snow, and we were, nobody wants to travel in the snow. So we stayed home, watched movies and stuff with kids and games and stuff. Had a really good time. I'll be moving across we're wanting to move to Maryland, so we'll be close enough. We'll get to see everything eventually. Oh, the underlying card of the reading is oneness. This is your connection with the divine, God, divine, the higher power, whatever you want to classify him as. To me, it's God, the divine, the higher power, my strength. I know I'm not a highly religious person, a very spiritual person, but I have that connection. Also followed by that on the underlying card is that Two of Swords, opportunity way. With that sword, stay in your higher power, follow your strengths, follow your heart. When you make a decision as the opportunities come in, your heart will tell you what is right for you. And of course, you're going to be doing something in conjunction with a partner. With the Lover's card. This is not finding a new love. This is a feminine lovers. This is in relationship with a female energy in your life. And female energy can be a feminine of a masculine or feminine person. It depends on what energy they see themselves under, the energy in which they feel out. I dropped a card. Got a jumper here. Hold on. That's what it says. Notice me. Jump right out. The embodiment of swords, the King of Swords. Stand in your truth, your strength, your power. This is your fighting for your beliefs. You're conducting your home with a sharp razor edge of a knife, but you're staying in your truth and you're leading your family in that direction. You're empowering yourself and everybody around you. So I love that card. And of course, we got synchronicity, which is the card I was seeing. So I don't know where the embodiment of swords jumped out from, but it jumped out of the pile. So let you know, everything's going to be falling in place just like it's supposed to. I love the image of these cards. Coming into the reading, you have the Spirit of Pentacles. This Spirit card is the messenger. The messenger is telling you are going to have financial opportunities coming your way. So be frugal with your money, but realize that money is coming toward you. It may not be swift, but it will be there for you as you need it. Something is on your mind right now. I can see this with the Five of Cups. It's emotional. It's something deep inside of you that you're working through. You need to look at that, figure out what it is, figure out, is it something that needs to be bringing you down, or is it something from your past that it's time to let go of and sever? You didn't get that severing card, but you need to sever yourself from this energy. Put the past in the past if it's not something that is current in your life, but it's haunting you a little bit from the past. Ask yourself, why is this coming up? What did I learn during this experience? How has it moved me forward in my life? What positive things have come out of that lesson? Once you recognize what that energy is and how you've grown through it, You can let that go from your past because it's no longer serving you, and you can move forward in a positive direction in your life. This is something you worry about from time to time, but not something that's in your present. I'm feeling like my guys are going, yes, this is something from your past, either your childhood or something from recent past that you've actually already learned the lesson from and overcome. But it keeps on coming to your mind. So recognize it for what it is, that you have learned that lesson. It's been positive, moving you forward. Recognize your growth from it and let go of the past. It's no longer part of you now. So then you have undergone. By getting through that process, you're going to find balance and justice. I don't think this is a lawsuit or anything. I'm hearing no, it is not a lawsuit. This is just the balance you've been looking for in life. You've got that balance coming towards you. So whatever this, I'm feeling like whatever this was that's lingering in your mind, you've overcome that already. You're needing to recognize it for what it is, recognize lessons, and then you will find your balance and you can let that go. So it's a very positive card. Recognize what it was in your past. Recognize that growth. Something we don't always give ourselves time for is to review something that's bothering us and recognize that we have learned that lesson. We can move on now. We don't have to worry about it. We can put it back on the shelf someplace else. Lesson learned, karma completed, and it's time to move on, and it's going to allow you to have that balance. Let me see if we can figure out what is that justice. You being in your present now. Be in the present, not in the past. I like that. The inspiration wand. This is the Queen of Wands. This is whatever it is that you're overcome. It's allowed you to take action, embrace yourself, be creative. You have that knowledge. You've achieved the knowledge that you needed to move forward and take action. So know that that's a positive way in which you're moving. Oh, and it gives you the Empress. The Empress. It allows you to take control of your situation in your life. It's an empowerment card for you. You're running your home and your life in a very, very positive way. You're the one that's in control. Your past is not in control of you. You're in control of your present. This is that connection with your spirituality and that growth. So I love the cards. This is probably why synchronicity is in line. By getting through this moment, it's going to bring balance. Letting go of that past is going to bring that balance. And it's telling you, by living in your present, not your past, that you're taking action. You've learned those lessons. You're creative. You're bright. You're educated. And you're running your life that way. You're the one that's in control, not your past. So I love these cards. It's a great message. Always a good message to know. You have overcome everything, every obstacle that has been presented to you at this point. So it is so great to be back and reading. I will be back next Saturday. Of course, my health is going to stay good now. I made it through the worst of the cold and flu. I didn't catch a cold on the plane. Easiest place to get sick is on an airplane. So I will be back Saturday, and I think I'm going to start. I'm thinking about doing, rather than doing a Saturday and a Sunday. If I don't come on Saturday, I will be in on Sunday. Unless I get sick, I will post if I'm not coming on. Trying to be really good about doing that so people know. But I'm also thinking about moving my second show of the week to a Wednesday. So let me get grounded, being back and get back on the swing of things. I need to go grocery shopping and stuff like that. So I got some pickup stuff done. I did get all my bills paid while I was gone because I got paid while I was gone. So I went online, took my money so I could pay everything online. Forgot the cord at home. Thank God it was at home in the wall still, but my laptop wasn't charged for some reason. It may have just been because it went through the scanners. I don't know, but it wouldn't come on. So I paid bills online on my phone, which was weird for me. I thank God I brought my login book of my different accounts, so I actually had access to them. I didn't have to try to remember them all because they're not all the same. But I got that all taken care of. So the bills are paid. I have money left over from groceries because I haven't been grocery shopping this month, and I usually do that at the first of the month. And we're almost back at first of the month. So I will be able to make my new deductibles come the first of the year with my insurance upgrades. So that'll be a good thing. But I need to go get blood work Monday. I'll probably do that on my way to the grocery store. Because I still haven't got my blood work done, and they rescheduled my doctor's appointment on the 6th so that they'd have the blood work done. Or not the 6th. Yeah, I guess it is on the 6th. So she just pushed it back a week. So, anyways, I'm doing good. I'm feeling good. So I will be back Saturday. Probably the following Wednesday. I'll try to start picking up a Wednesday show in the evening. Probably about 5:30ish my time. I'm on the West Coast. That'll make it 6:30, 7:30, 8:30 Eastern time. So it's early enough that people aren't heading to bed yet. And so that you guys can catch me then. I think spreading the programs out a little bit's going to allow me to be on more frequently, and we'll see. If I'm doing Saturday shows, I should be able to get Dean to join me periodically. I know Sharon and I are talking about collaborating, so we haven't worked that out yet. Those of you that know Sharon Lee, who is Strawberry Rhubarb, she's a really, really good friend of mine. We used to read together when we first started out. I was her mentor. And then we just became such good friends. So I'm looking really forward to working with Sharon. She's like working with Brenda. Brenda, Sharon, and Dean, we're all really good friends. And so it'll be really nice to start working with her again. So we'll be working that out either once or twice a month, depending on what her schedule is. I know she still has her channel. She reads a lot, collaborates a lot with other readers. And I don't know how frequently she's on, because I have a hard time catching her, either because she's on the West Coast like me. But we get so busy, we don't even talk very often anymore. And when we get on the phone together, we're like, wow, we miss so much. Why don't we talk more frequently? But we just are going in so many different directions that sometimes it's hard to catch up with each other. But I look forward to working with Sharon again, and so I'll be working with her. And maybe that will be what we do on Wednesdays. Is I'll see if she wants to do a collaboration on Wednesday, once or twice a month. She's really a great reader. She's like me. She's a channel. She is clairvoyant, clairaudient. She's very gifted worker. I've always enjoyed working with her, and we're very much in sync, just like I am with Brenda. When Brenda and I read, we just snap, snap, snap. She's on Brenda's show periodically, just like I am. And she's really a fun person. So those of you that don't know her, you definitely need to come back and get a reading from Sharon and I together, because we are just really good together. And she's such a dear, dear person and a fabulous reader. So anyways, everybody have a great weekend. Have a good week. Those of you that are getting hit by that winter storm, be very, very careful and safe out there. Hopefully they shut Monday down so that you don't have to drive in the icy. I know that it's still a cold front moving through across the United States, from like Texas all the way across to the whole East Coast. Be safe out there. Don't go out if you don't have to. If you get called off work, stay at home, pecker down. Let the weather get better before you go out there wandering in that terrible, terrible weather. We are like at 57 degrees or something like that here in sunny California, which isn't that warm. We're dropping. Let me see, what is our forecast? I'm sort of out of tune with everything here. I know yesterday it was, Tulare, low of 42, high of 58. So yeah, we're pretty warm here. It's 56 currently right now here in California at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So that's reasonable weather. Yes, we get down into the 30s. We're going to be dropping down into the high 30s on Monday, with the highest 64. So we must be getting some rain. But anytime we hit the 40s, we were sucked in. The first day back, I woke up, we were pea soup fog. We get really bad fog here. So I'm not going any place too early tomorrow, but I do need to get laps done. That's the one about a mile down the street. So, anyways, have a blessed weekend and stay safe. If you're in snow country, be extra safe. And I will talk to everybody next week. Have a good weekend, the rest of your Sunday. Blessings to everybody.